Our next guest has been on a ton of podcasts and shows, including one of our favorites, Ancient Aliens. He's got a documentary out now. It's called one of the most important UFO documentaries of all time. It's a big claim. Ron James is joining us. What's up, Ron? How are you, man? Good morning.
Great. Thanks for having me on your show.
You bet. This documentary, it's called Accidental Truth, UFO Revelations. Okay, so with all this stuff about UFOs, it seems like every day there's a new hearing, there's a new video, but why don't people care? It's like, it's the craziest thing. This is one of the biggest things in our universe that we want to know is real, and we got a government saying, yeah, it's real, and everyone just goes,
Now we don't believe them because the government's saying it's real.
What the heck?
Well, we're pre-wired to distrust the government, so if they tell us the truth, we assume it's a lie. But we're dealing with a generation that was raised on shows like Ancient Aliens, and the idea that we're not alone in the universe. I think the government's catching up with acknowledging that. Most people, if you went out on the street anywhere and said, "Do you believe that there's life in other than planet Earth?" most people would say, "Of course," and most scientists would say that too. And then if you say, do you believe there's some interaction of ETs, and do you believe the government's not telling us the truth? Most people, meaning 6 out of 10 or better, would say, yeah, of course, I know that, I believe it. So the reason it's kind of like the official acknowledgments need to catch up with what's already in the social conscience.
I've heard you mentioning a tie between demons and aliens. Is that an actual thing?
All right, so here's the deal. Lou Elizondo came out in 2017 acknowledging that he ran this program inside the Pentagon that was studying UFOs. And one of the things that he revealed, both to me personally, and he's also been out and said it in some other public arenas, is that there is a tremendous fundamentalist movement or group, not so much a movement, but inside of the Pentagon and inside of the military and inside of government that actually believes that there is a demonic implication to some of these phenomena and that we shouldn't be messing with it. And you would think that in this day and age that wouldn't be something that would be so prevalent, but it's actually very prevalent. And who's to say it's not true? We're looking at a phenomenon that could have many, many, many origins. And so, the idea that there's some sort of spiritual connotation to all of this, it doesn't have to be a stretch. But it did surprise me to find out that there are very many people in positions of power that take that stand.
Well, sure. I mean, that's what we grew up on. I mean, we grew up, that's how we were raised. So, of course, we're going to think that way. This new documentary, it's called Accidental Truth, UFO Revelations. Ron James, our guest, will come back and talk more fun stuff, man. We getting into it, man.
Is it fun or is it just
I know.
fascinating?
Who knows? I know. More with Ron James coming up. The new documentary is from Ron James. It's called Accidental Truth, UFO Revelations. Matthew Modine is the narrator. That's pretty cool. So what is it? What is about this documentary that's different than some of the other UFO docs?
Well, I'm the media relations director for MUFON, which is the Mutual UFO Network, and our charter is the scientific understanding of UFOs for the benefit of humanity. So many films come out that race with wild speculation, ask you to believe things that frankly don't really have any relevance of proof, and they pepper really good, valid information with a lot of things that it's difficult for people to believe, frankly. Accidental Truth is Ron James pretending he's a lawyer, presenting this case to the jury of the reality of crash debris, the reality of materials recovery, reverse engineering programs, and many, many other aspects. So it is a fact-based film. It's backed up by government documents that acknowledge the existence of research programs to study otherworldly materials and many, many other revelations. So it is intended to be the film that will bring anybody up to speed on what's going on. And what's really amazing to me that is hugely gratifying is that all of a sudden the headlines that we're seeing are literally ripped from this film. The people in the film are the same people that are out parading stuff right now. Congressman Tim Burchett is in the film. I interviewed him and I briefed him on the whole UFO thing 2 years ago. Dr. Michio Kaku is in the film, world's most famous scientist. Ralph Blumenthal, the New York Times writer that broke the story and also broke the David Grush story, he's in the film. So it's literally like I made this film, and now all of a sudden the stuff in the film is on the news.
Yeah.
And for people that want to get a handle on it and understand what it is, they can go back and watch the film. It'll get you up to speed.
I'm so pumped. I'm so ready for this. And at the same time, I'm also like, I'm not ready for this because what happens, no one really knows when when you wake up and you go out and we're replaying Independence Day, the movie, with these big ships or whatever over our major cities around the world. I mean, I want it, but I don't want it.
You want to see it because you want to know it's a real thing, but at the same time, you're like, yeah, but I guess we have to trust that they don't mean us harm. Otherwise, they could have already wiped us out.
I guess.
I mean, if they've been in touch with our governments around the world up to this point, and they haven't, I mean, watching us, if they haven't decided we aren't worth it, they would have gotten rid of us.
Knuckleheady creatures in the universe.
Humans are a mess.
Ron, hey, thanks, man. We appreciate it. The documentary, it's called Accidental Truth, UFO Revelations. Where do we get it?
It's available on Amazon Prime. It's available on Apple TV and all of the other places where you would be able to rent a movie online.
Okay.
It's out there. Easy to find.
Man, keep it up. You're doing great work. Ron James, everyone. Thanks, Ron. We appreciate you.
Thanks for having me on.
Well, see you, man. Bye-bye. All right. Well, that was great. That was good. You did good.
Thank you.
I have no idea what it was because it's taped afterwards, but
you were amazing, though.
Thanks. Appreciate it.